Lori Vallow Daybell. We have some interesting updates from the judge being asked to step down and his decision, and also some details on the security footage that was enhanced by a news media company that shows some very interesting things that we're going to take a look at. So let's take a look at this and see what's going on. Judge Farron Eden said Friday he would err on the side of the defendant's rights. In Idaho, a person has a right to disqualify a judge without reason, without cause, just because, at least once in a case, he said during a Friday hearing. Attorneys for Lori Daybell, who appears in some court documents under the name Lori Vallow, but asked in a recent hearing to be identified by her new married name Daybell, argued in court filings that Edens presided over her separate civil child custody case that predated these criminal charges, and thus said that his involvement in the earlier case creates a conflict of bias that could infringe on her right to a fair trial. A two-day preliminary hearing that was originally scheduled for next week has been postponed until May 7th and 8th. After both parties agreed to the change, a new judge was not immediately assigned. Okay, so there's video footage that has been enhanced by East Idaho News, and what it shows is very interesting. It shows Lori Vallow, not yet married to Chad, but at a storage unit with Chad weeks before Tammy Daybell died. And then it shows clearly that what we, and that everyone thought was like a tote or a box with something hanging over it, is actually a car seat. The whole seat of a like an SUV truck. That's not like a car seat that you put a child in. And what this enhanced video shows is that Lori and Chad, not married, Chad's still married to Tammy, visited a storage unit in Rexburg, Idaho in 2019. And it was actually the day before her relative was shot at while driving home one night. And that's the relative that was married to Tammy's niece, who was a part of this doomsday cult. And we covered this in another video about this custody battle that was ensuing and how he was shot at, and believes it might have been Alex Cox, but we've got some new developments here, okay? So the footage shows Lori Vallow exit a blue Nissan Rogue with Chad Daybell, and the news outlet said he pulls a tire from the back of the car and he puts it in the storage unit. He actually rolls it in there. They move a car seat together. They both do it together, and they put it in the storage locker too, and then they leave. And the next day, the footage shows another man, likely Cox, carry the car seat by himself. And Lori is there at that time as well, but she does not help with the car seat. It's unknown where Lori and Cox took the seat and tire after they left the storage facility that day. The tire and the seat are noteworthy because many Jeeps have spare tires on their back doors, and the rear window will not open if the tire is attached. When the tire is off, the window opens. It's possible the tire and the seat put into the storage unit on the day of the shooting were from the Jeep, and Cox could have been the driver when Boudreaux was shot at. Boudreaux being the husband of Lori's niece, Brandon Boudreaux. Okay. What happened to Tammy? So sources close to the missing Idaho children's investigation told CBS News that Alex Cox, Lori Vallow's brother, may be linked to Tammy Daybell's death. However, Alex died before he could be questioned. And we remember that there was a 911 call. We listened to it, right? He died on the bathroom floor. The girlfriend's son is the one that called 911, and then the girlfriend of Alex came in and tried to administer CPR, etc. But he died, and so, he couldn't be questioned. Tammy, a beloved school librarian in Rexburg, died in her sleep in October. 2 weeks later, Lori married Tammy's widower, Chad Daybell. After police started looking into the whereabouts of the kids, Tylee and JJ, the death of Lori's previous husband, and other attempted murders, Tammy's body was exhumed. The day after her body was exhumed, Alex died. His death is also under investigation. Records show that Alex has a long history of causing trouble. In 2007, he threatened to kill Joseph Ryan, Lori's third husband, and Tylee's biological father. Alex assaulted him with a stun gun and was convicted of aggravated assault. Joseph died in 2018 of an apparent heart attack. In July of 2019, Alex shot and killed Charles Vallow, Lori's fourth husband. Charles had filed for divorce earlier that year and wanted custody of JJ. The shooting happened when Charles arrived at their Chandler, Arizona home to take JJ to school. The police report states that there was an altercation of some sort, and Tylee went to her room to get a bat, which Charles took from her and then hit Alex. And Alex said on a police cam, "I turned around and he hit me in the back of the head with the bat, so I went to my room and I got my gun." Alex said on the police body cam footage. And in the body cam footage, the home was nearly empty. Alex told officers he was only visiting. Shortly after Charles was killed, Lori moved to Rexburg, Idaho, with the kids, and Alex followed. On September 8th, Lori, Alex, JJ, and Tylee took a trip to Yellowstone National Park. In photos recently released by the FBI, Tylee and JJ are smiling together with Alex in the background. Tylee has not been seen since that day. Brandon Boudreau, the ex-husband of Lori's niece, Melanie, claims that Alex shot at him in October while in Arizona. Police believe the vehicle seen leaving the scene of the crime that day was registered to Charles, and it was later found in Idaho. Tammy also wrote on her Facebook timeline before her death, saying that someone tried to shoot her in her driveway. Alex died in his Gilbert home in December. Autopsy results have not been released for Alex or Tammy's death, but the Gilbert and the Chandler police departments confirmed detectives are up in Salt Lake City to meet with other agencies involved in this case. Lori still has not posted bond, so she's in jail still. These are just some of the updates in this case that just keeps going and going, and just can't believe it's going to be delayed again. And it's, to me, that Yellowstone trip doesn't bode well. We know JJ was seen after that, but we know Tylee was not. So just a very upsetting, frustrating case, and she just seems to be enjoying it, if you will. And I'm sure she's loving the postponement and hoping she gets out on bond and, just has that extra time or something. I don't know. Very frustrating, but thanks for watching, and I hope you got caught up on those updates there. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.